Now, this is the WMSC interview of Mike Scaccia, guitarist for Ministry and Rigor Mortis by Nick Perkel. Now, Ticketmaster's already selling tickets for the 2012 Ministry American Tour. What do you think fans should expect to see come next year for Ministry shows?
They're going to expect probably one of the best Ministry shows ever. The band is going to be tight. We're going to be doing a lot of older songs, which they didn't get on the last tour. Plus, they didn't get me on the last tour. It should be well worth the money and the wait.
What kinds of albums are you going to be picking from, like from older albums? Like, you think like maybe Land or Mind or Songs?
Will we be doing songs off those records?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know, like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of the old. It's going to be kind of like a greatest hits tour in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, Al changes his mind so much, who knows? But we will be doing, you know, like stuff, Stigmata, So What,
Mm-hmm.
Thieves. We'll probably only be doing Stigmata off Land and Rape and Honey, and that will, of course, be as far back as we go.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we have to do Thieves,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be doing So What. And seeing how things go, and we'll see, you know, what we get to pick up Psalm 69, but it'll be good.
Do you think maybe one or two shows you might be able to track down Gibby Haynes and maybe play Jesus?
We're hoping. We're hoping.
Now tell me, what is your new album Relapse shaping up to be like?
The record is really heavy. It is definitely could be called a thrash record. It has a lot of, what am I looking for here? It has a lot of hooks, a lot of catchy hooks in it. It's not just the band playing fast or the band trying to be heavy. These songs really have good melodies to them, and they're real catchy. I was just out there a couple of weeks ago with Casey, and we tracked 6 songs, and every one of them were, you know, really good and have, you know, potential to definitely be on the record. But I think people will really like it. It's really intense. It's not just a George Bush smash you record. It's, you know, covers, you know, the usual political ground and stuff, but it has a really good vibe to it.
Now, what's a typical day like just hanging out with Al Jordan?
Well, you know, look, man, I've known Al since 1986, and we are brothers, like real brothers, you know, and we fight like real brothers too. So it's just like, you know, I'm sure you have a best friend.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what kind of relationship we have. You know, he's to me, he's just, you know, one of my best friends. So, you know, we get along great. We have a lot in common. We love music. We have just about everything in common together. So it's just a normal friendship relationship. You know, on top of having a good business relationship too. Is he a nutbag? Yeah, he's insane. But he's also a genius, and I have a lot of respect for him. And whether we're at each other's throats, I still always had that respect for him, you know. But we're getting along great now. We've been working side by side together for a really long time, very close in the last 3 years, and it's going to stay like that.
Now, I believe you first appeared with Ministry on Psalm 69. What were some good moments from the Lollapalooza tour?
First time I appeared with Ministry was 1989 on the Mind tour. Yeah, so the first record I did was that Mind live record from that tour. That was the first recordings I did with Ministry. I joined the band in 1989 and did that tour. And then, you know, after that tour, we went in and started working on Psalm 69.
What were the Filth Pig days like?
Filth Pig days were very dark. You know, The band was really weird because the band was split. We had half the band were totally straight edge. We called them the book club because they sat in front of the bus and talked about the books they were reading, and the rest of the band sat in the back and shot up heroin and smoked crack and drank till they puked and had all kinds of slutty girls all over them all the time, you know, with guitars everywhere. I mean, it was just what you would picture a rock band to be like. So during the Filth Pig days, it was like that in the studio. It was, you know, the book club worked in the afternoon, you know, and then the evil ones worked all night long, you know. So they were really dark times. I hated it, and I should have been loving it, but I was not happy with myself at that time, and I'm glad I survived it.
I remember seeing a concert of yours in New York City on the Animosity Samina tour.
Animosity Samina.
Excuse me. Now, what are some of your favorite things to do when you go up to New York City to play?
Eat pizza. Food, probably number one thing in New York. I have a lot of family there, a lot of friends. I've never had a bad time in New York. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the city because it's a little claustrophobic to me, but it's worth it. You know, you go in the shows that come out of there, and the amount of friends and fans we have there. It's a great place.
Now, what are Chicago and Dallas to play shows in like?
Chicago, of course, you know, that's Ministry's hometown, so we can't do anything wrong. We can't get arrested in that town. Dallas, that's my hometown, so it's hit or miss there, man. I've had bad shows in Dallas, you know, but I love Texas, and probably always live in Texas. You know, I'm definitely a Southern boy, but I can't really tell you a city that, you know, I would say, oh, that sucks, I'm not going there. I mean, I like Salt Lake City, you know, so, and there's not really, you know, a place, I mean, there probably is, I'm not thinking of it right now, but most of the places we play, you know, we play there for a reason, because we have a fan base there.
Now, like, the Relapse album that's coming out in, I believe, December, like, what are your favorite, like, 2 or 3 songs that you'd say are, like, the real, like, heavy hitters?
Well, the record won't be coming out in December. The record is hoping to be done by the end of December. Right now, it's hard to tell, because when I left, we were just working on, you know, the first 6 tracks, but I would probably have to say the opening, well, there's this one song called Gold Digger, and it's about management that sucks your blood out of you and the life out of you and wait for you to die so that they can, you know, move in and exploit you and make money off of you, which happens all the time in this business. So that right now is, I can tell, going to be my favorite song. And I think it'll be the opening track.
What kind of international shows you got planned for this Ministry tour coming up?
Quite a few festivals. Next year, we are headlining Wacken, Download, and we are also headlining the Warsaw Festival in Poland, which is 600,000 people. Ministry's very huge in Europe, way bigger than we are in the States, and we also headline a lot of the, you know, like Helsinki, Oslo, a lot of the Nordic festivals and stuff too. But it'll be like 4 or 5 weeks over there, and I'm excited.
You think possibly you might be able to even hit Japan or Australia?
With Rigor Mortis, yes. With Ministry, doubtful. Al hates Japan, and it's just so expensive on top of it to, you know, to get us over there, because our production is ridiculous. But Rigor Mortis, yes. I personally would love countries I've ever been in.
So you think maybe 2012 may see a Japan tour for Rigor Mortis?
I hope so. It'd be great.
What are the writing sessions like for the new Rigor Mortis like? I heard Bloodbath and Infected the other night at that Houston show. How many more songs you got written for this new Rigor Mortis album?
I have about 5 right now. I want 13. And basically the writing process has been a little bit different from 20 years ago or whatever. I basically sit and work on the songs, work out the structuring of them, formats or whatever, and then I take them to the band with the music and a title, and then I leave the rest up to them, and they write the lyrics and stuff. I pretty much do all the music and arranging, production stuff, and then I leave the lyrics up to those guys. And the new stuff is pretty tasty, man. It's gonna be
our people.
When do you think fans will be able to actually buy this new Rigor Mortis album?
Well, we're working on the deal right now. We're supposed to have something. We have a couple of things on the table right now. We're hoping to go in and start recording in January, and have it out by summer. So if we go in and record in January, the reason why I said 13 songs, because 10 will make the record. The other 3 will be songs that we'll be giving out on a website, to fans and stuff. We are starting our own e-store here pretty soon. And this company called Turn Up, and out of Austin, Texas. They're starting our own e-store. We're going to have hoodies, hats, shirts, shorts, everything, and we'll be also, giving away songs on the store as well as selling old material.
Now, what did you say those?
That's in the works right now. So next couple of months we'll have the store up, and as soon as I get the songs, we'll put them up there.
Did you say those extra 3 songs from the Rigor Mortis album might make it onto the Japanese pressing?
We might make it on what?
The Japanese pressing of the Rigor Mortis album?
What do you mean?
Well, you got 10 songs, I guess, and maybe you put that on the American album. Maybe Japanese release would have 2 or 3 bonus tracks or something.
Yeah, we'll probably do something like that. I mean, I don't know yet until all the songs are recorded and we have everything sitting in front of us. Then we'll figure out what we want to do with it.
Okay, now, how was the writing of the Buck Satan record like with that?
Best time I've ever had in the studio, hands down. The most fun I've ever seen him have. Previous times in the studio where everybody yelling, getting wasted, not getting anything done, just wasting money. This session was me and Al drinking, laughing, telling old stories, and writing songs about our life. So it was one of the best experiences I ever had, and I'm very proud of my guitar work on that record. I think it's some of the best work that I've ever done, only because it shows another side of me. It shows my roots, and I got to do stuff on that record that I always dreamed of doing. So, in all honesty, I don't care if anybody buys that record or likes it, because that record was for me and for Al. So,
that's the way it is, because we never use that.
Thanks a lot for the interview, Mike. Much appreciated. It's been the WMSC interview of Mike Scaccia by Nick Fratelli. Now, one last thing.